Delegate Lori Charcudian. I represent you in Annapolis. It is my honor, and I'm grateful to be here for the sustenance, for singing in resistance. Thank you for inviting me. We need to come together. We need the sustenance. We need to sing. I'm fairly certain that singing and music, I'm a few credits short of my human evolution biology degree, but I'm fairly certain that singing and music is a big part of how we have survived over millennia and how we have evolved. And so here we are, coming back to those bases of the singing that we need and the community that we need and the things that we need to survive. I also am fairly certain that the reason that we have survived as a species is because we have found ways that our love can be greater than our fear. We have a lot to be afraid of right now. It is a terrifying time that we're living in. We're afraid for our neighbors, for our family members, for our friends, for ourselves. We're afraid for the future of this country. We're afraid for the present of this country. We're afraid to know if we will even have a planet once the authoritarians and their fossil fuel buddies get through with this. There's a lot to be afraid of. But love, we know, and we continue to see that love is greater than fear. And we see that when a Blair student is kidnapped and her fellow students march in the street the very next week, and the teachers and the students come together with community members to protest and to wrap their arms around every family member who's affected. And we know that love is greater than fear when we watch how MoCo IRC comes together and takes care of each other in our community, and how they stand between ICE and people, and how they divert ICE and get to people before ICE gets there. And love is greater than fear when they take over parking lots so that ICE can't stage themselves there. And love is greater than fear when we continue to march in the streets despite the threats that are out there against our lives. And love is greater than fear when she's willing to stand up here at risk to herself to share her story so that we all know what we're fighting for on a daily basis. Muchas gracias. And love is greater than fear when we keep marching in the streets and when we keep coming together. And love is greater than fear when Renee Good's last words are, "That's okay, man, I'm not mad at you." And love is greater than fear when Alex Preddy's last action on this earth was reaching out to help another fellow protester who had been knocked down by ICE in the fray. And I need to tell you that your work is really important, because in Annapolis right now, and I'm sorry I was late and I missed the beginning, I'm sure it was beautiful as well. I was coming directly here from Annapolis. And in Annapolis right now, we're working very hard, my colleagues and I, to make sure that we keep love ahead of fear as we're doing this policy making. As President Trump threatens our state for the actions that we take in resistance, we need to make sure our love for our community is greater than our fear against his threats. And as people threaten us on social media, vile, horrifying, threatening things against ourselves, the children photos that we post, we need to make sure our love is greater than our fear. And it is, because we just passed a bill, finally, in the House and the Senate to ban 287G agreements across the state. And we know love is greater than fear because we're going to pass a bill that is going to unmask ICE. And love is going to be greater than fear when we pass my bill that is going to put restrictions on how Maryland companies are able to engage with ICE flights where people have shackles, so that we're keeping them safe on board and we're keeping them safe as they fly through our state. And we're going to make sure love is greater than fear when we pass my No Kings Act that is going to create a civil right of action so that people can sue federal agents who violate their civil rights. And love is going to be be greater than fear when we pass the bills that are going to keep them from being able to turn Hagerstown warehouses and Howard County warehouses into detention centers and concentration camps. And we're just getting started. Just getting started. People are still coming up with the ideas that are going to demonstrate that we love Marylanders more than we are afraid of the hate and the authoritarianism and the fascism. And so thank you for coming together tonight. Thank you for coming together, because to make sure that our love is greater than our fear, when there is so much to be afraid of, we need each other. And we come together in spaces like this, and I've watched you come together, and I've been with you in many other spaces like this, because we need to keep connecting with each other. Because individually, each of us has those moments where we're not sure we can go on, where we feel overwhelmed by it, where we feel terrified by it. But with each other, we remind ourselves who we are as a community, the love that we have, and we continue to bring that out of each other, and we will continue to do that until the entire country and the entire world sees that in the United States, love wins over fear and hate.